Hey guys, it's Jasma, and today we're going to make breakfast pastry cups with eggs and veggies. This is a really great breakfast idea because it allows you to eat lots of different types of foods in just one bite, and it's also really simple to eat because it's a little cup, so it's easy to handle as well. This also allows you to prepare ahead of time, so it just makes everything so much easier in the morning for when you're in a rush. So the ingredients today, I have lots of different types of vegetables. So I have some frozen pea and corn. You do not need to thaw them if you're using frozen ones, but of course you can use fresh ones as well. And I also have some potatoes here that I have peeled and diced, and some fresh broccoli that I've chopped into these small pieces. You can use any type of vegetables in this recipe. It's really customizable. You can also add fresh mushrooms, asparagus, or spinach. Just add whatever type of ingredients that you like. I'm also using some chicken breast. This is skinless and boneless halves that I've already cut up into similar sizes as the rest of the ingredients. So I have some fresh mozzarella cheese that I have shredded. Today we're also going to be using some puff pastry, and you want to leave these out at room temperature just so it's nice and workable. So first off, we're going to preheat our oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're going to move over to the stove to cook our ingredients. Here I have a pot of boiling water, and I'm going to add in our potatoes and also add in the chicken breast. Give it a quick stir, and we're going to let this cook for about a minute. After a minute, it's going to come to a boil, so I'm going to add in a little bit of oil. The oil is going to allow the vegetables to be really bright and colorful once it's cooked. So now I'm going to pour in our vegetables. Pour in the broccoli, peas, and corn. Give it a quick stir and let it cook for a minute. You can see the broccoli is now really nice and green. Then turn the heat off. The vegetables are now cooked. I really quickly rinsed it, and I'm going to allow it to drain so there isn't any excess water in my final dish. Now we're going to move on to the egg mixture. So here I have a bowl, and I'm going to crack in all 3 of my eggs. Give everything a quick mix, and then add it in the milk. So add in the salt and pepper. And just stir that all together. The vegetables has been drained, so now I'm going to pour it into a bowl with my shredded cheese and mix them together. Now for the pastry cups today, I'm using some puff pastry that I bought in the supermarket. You can easily find them. And these require you to thaw them out because they're usually frozen. They come in packs of 2, but today we're only going to be using 1 sheet. They come in rolls like this. I've already let it sit at room temperature, so it should be nice and soft. We're going to take it out of the package. And before I place it onto the cutting board, I like to sprinkle on a little bit of flour. Sprinkle on some flour onto the top to prevent it from sticking. I'm going to cut this into 9 squares. I cut my puff pastries into 9 squares, and now I'm going to place it into my muffin tins. So there is no need to grease these muffin tins because there's plenty of butter inside of the puff pastry itself, so it won't stick to the pan. Now I'm going to lay these into the tin and press it against the walls. And you also want to press together any loose ends so the final batter won't leak out of it later on. Try not to tear the puff pastry, so be gentle with it. And I like to press up the sides, so once again, nothing leaks out of the cups. I like to stagger my pastry so they don't connect later on when it bakes. The puff pastry is ready, so now we can put together our cup. I'm going to fill 3/4 of the way with my vegetables, and then I'll cover the rest with the egg mixture. It is very important that there is no excess water in this mixture, or it could make the puff pastry a little bit soggy. Now as a final touch, which is optional, I'm going to sprinkle on a little bit of fresh thyme just to make it a little more appealing on top. But you can also use green onions, parsley, basil, or any other type of spices you like. Don't put on too much because you don't want the flavor to be too overpowering. Now into the oven this goes at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for 18 to 20 minutes. Or until you insert a toothpick into the center and it comes out clean and the puff pastry is nice and golden brown. So that's how you make these breakfast pastry cups that are really easy to make. And this is also a really great way to use up any leftover vegetables you might have in your fridge. If you're using anything that cooks really quickly, you don't have to boil them ahead of time. Now this is breakfast cups, but you can eat them any time of the day. They can also be great snacks because once again, they're really easy to handle since they are little cups and really simple to eat as well. I really hope you could try these out. Thanks for watching and see you guys next time. Bye!